Hey, welcome back to my channel. When I posted my coming out video in 2014, I was in my early 20s, was just kind of getting my feet under me, had just kind of actually gotten out of a relationship and was dealing with a breakup. And then I disappeared for 9 years. And when I came back to YouTube, I was married, I had 3 nieces and nephews, had been through medical school, had left medicine, had left research, had gone into business, and kind of completely rebuilt my life. And given that it's Pride Month and Brett and I just had our 5-year anniversary, I thought, why not come on and walk you guys through everything that happened in that 9-year gap, starting with a Grindr name that changed it all. Internet, this is Brett. Brett,
Hi.
This is the internet. They're friendly, most of them. Although you did get a nice taste of the limelight with some of the heated rivalry content that we made.
True. I can handle it. It's fun.
I thought it would be fun to come on and just kind of do a little update. As I was telling them, last time they saw me before I left YouTube and came back, I was single and in med school. Some life things have changed, and now I have this.
Excuse me.
A husband. A little context, I guess, leading up directly to when we officially met. I had just graduated medical school, got in the car from Chicago, drove up to Minneapolis. And that day, after many failed dates and other things in other cities, changed my Grindr name to "Does anyone actually date on this effing app?" And put my phone down, finished unpacking at my friend's house where I was living at the time. And all of a sudden got a little, I don't even remember what the...
Yeah.
What,
That sounds right.
I
don't remember.
Sound is. It's been a minute. And it was you being like, I do.
Hey, it's me.
Nonstop texting. We should probably get together. And you suggested,
A lunch date. Which I still don't feel bad about, but
and I knew the caliber that I was bringing to this date. And so it's like, I'm not going to meet you at Subway.
Subway was never. But
For a lunch date. I'm a date person, and so either we do that or pasta.
yeah, that was red flag number 1.
And you just turned a blind eye, and so after some not so gentle convincing, I was like, listen, bro, you want to hang out? Plan a date, not just dinner. Let's assume that this is going to go well because we can't stop texting each other. And plan a night.
Yep.
And so at that point, what was running through your head?
It was, well, to start with, it was not the typical Midwestern approach, which is 100% my speed of not being the Midwest approach. It was much more direct, knowing what you wanted, so that was a step in the right direction.
And so then we went to an Italian restaurant.
In one of the fancy suburbs.
And now it's closed. Sad days.
Mazza mia.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And sat down. And it was a little awkward.
100%.
So, do you like balls or?
I was also recently sober.
Yeah.
I was in my head a lot. I was in my head about that. Ordering a Coke and you are normal, so you don't have that. So you just ordered a drink, whatever. So that, for me, that was the awkward part. Along with this person that I've been talking to nonstop is now right in front of me. And it's that transition.
Yeah. And then
The dinner, yeah.
Looked at you and said, okay, so what's next? And that we realized had not quite been ironed out. So then we tried to go bowling.
Yeah.
But that...
They were closed or something?
Or I think they were getting close to closing.
Yeah.
And if you were an F-boy,
Yeah.
this would have been the move because the bowling alley was basically
two
across the
blocks.
street
Yeah.
from where you were living. I was like,
That was also in my head because I didn't want you to think that I just
Right.
was like, I think I told you that shortly after.
yeah.
It was like,
Just so you know, I'm not trying to like lure you back to my apartment
Yeah.
for whatever.
but when bowling didn't work out, we ended up going back to my place.
Yep. And that's when I got the first real taste of who Brett was at that point in
Yeah.
time.
was good.
The door opened and you walked in, and right in front of you was a watercolor sketch of a Labrador with a duck in its mouth.
Duck hunt.
And like, listen, I've always been plagued by straight guys. That's always been, unfortunately, my type. But so I'm greeted by a Labrador. We then go into your, is that technically your dining room?
Living room.
Living room, dining room thing.
Yeah.
And there's floor to ceiling Home Depot boxes. And so the logical question is, oh, are you moving or did you just move in? No, those are my decoys. And I didn't know what that was, which are fake geese and ducks that you use for hunting. So now I'm like, this man has a rifle probably in this
No,
place.
I never thought about that.
And you had your like beaten up leather couch from college and whatever.
It wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Again, you're recently sober, so you only had like Coke and Monster, I think,
Something like
in
that.
your fridge. And so we just kind of sit on the couch and turn on. This is
still don't know what
constant
movie it
debate,
is.
but
I can tell you it's not Dumb and Dumber, which is what you think it is.
it felt like.
It's something with whatever Zac Efron's brother is, whoever he is. Some movie with him.
It was, I'll just put it this way. It's
think.
something that a straight guy would turn on. You're clearly in your head, so you're on one side of the couch. I'm on the other side of the couch. And I'm like, okay, so you saying that you're not luring me back to your apartment, confirmed.
Yeah.
Because like, you're in a different postal code.
And the couch was small.
About the length of this. There were
Yeah, I
three
guess.
seats.
Yeah.
And just kind of like not interested in the movie at all. Okay. Just kind of like hop scooching down the couch until I'm like, hey, we're on a date. We should probably, kiss at some point here. And cracked you open. Well, I guess that
What-
maybe
in
could be
what
taken
way?
out of context. So I initiated our first kiss. And we just kind of like hung out and watched the rest of the movie.
Yeah. And I had to work the next day.
Right, because if it was Sunday, then you
Yeah.
were going back to work. I think you offered like, oh, do you just want to stay?
Yeah. Because it was late.
Yeah, and I was like, sure, why not? And that was probably the hottest night of my life, and not in the way that you think.
Physically,
Physically temperature hot.
yeah.
Oh my God, you had 3 comforters on your
Not
bed.
3.
Maybe 4. And I think I don't know why I didn't ask for like a pair of your shorts or something.
I don't know. You slept in your jeans.
I slept in my jeans, and I almost died of heat exhaustion at least 13 times. It was like the least restful night of sleep I think I've ever had.
Yeah.
And you just passed out.
Yeah.
And at that point, you had a strong snore.
I did.
So that on top of 800,000 blankets was a thing.
Yeah.
But then you woke up like ass crack of dawn to go to work.
Like 4:30.
Yeah. And I had just fallen asleep maybe like an hour before that.
Yeah.
And what did you do?
I felt bad kicking you out so early. And I'm a pretty good like gut person, like reading people. And so I just had a gut feeling that I could trust you and like that I wasn't going to come back and like my TV was gone or some shit.
Right. I'm not going to take your decoys.
Well, those I knew were safe. So I got ready and was leaving. It was like 5 o'clock, whatever. And so I gave you my key. Did I only have one?
No, I think it was your spare.
Okay. So I gave you my extra key and just said, sleep in as long as you want, lock the door when you leave, and I went to work. So that was...
Yeah. Which brings us to the fateful night that we went back to Pinstripes and walked around this little pond. Brett is playing duck sounds off his phone to the ducks in the pond.
Looking back, that should have been your clue to run
trust
to.
me.
But yeah, and you were kind of like, I just assumed you weren't into it because I mean, like, why would you be? Not knowing that you were like, you were pissed that I hadn't asked you to be my boyfriend yet. So we wrap up the ducks. We go back to my place. I'm in the bedroom changing.
I, again, being myself, was like, his peak was when he was an athlete in high school. He's a straight
Which
guy,
is not true, but...
whatever. And so I just got a sweatshirt and got like those iron-on letters that look like a varsity jacket. And I just put boyfriend on it. And you are changing. I've lost my patience. And so
I think that's fair to say.
I just walk in the room and I throw it at you.
I'm thinking that we had a nice night.
And I said, you know, whenever you get your shit together and want to ask me to be your boyfriend, like, here's this.
And then threw it at me.
Yeah.
And yeah, you had something else brewing up there that I wasn't aware of.
Which now you know the signs to watch out for. But yeah, then you like sheepishly walk into the room and you're like, would you be my boyfriend? I'm like,
yeah, but I'm still pissed, basically.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, sure, but you should want to do this without me throwing a sweatshirt at you.
Yeah.
And then not so long after that, your lease was coming up. I was ready to move out from where I was living.
Yeah.
And I guess when was that?
We moved in April 17th. Oh.
So like 6 months in. And then you got to see the first sort of sneak peek of me the day we got the keys.
Yeah. Well, we signed so I was working downtown. We live downtown. And so I rush home over lunch to sign the lease. And then I went back to work. And then you were texting me. You had masking tape, like painter's tape, on the floor where everything was going to be. You had already painted one of the walls an accent, like blue. I forget what else went on. But yeah, you were just texting me these updates of like how you had everything kind of laid out already, and I was just trying to work, and you were busy doing
Don't worry. I took measurements of your couch.
Yeah.
It will fit right here. We have this thing. I ordered 10 new pieces of furniture.
Yeah.
And that really, if there's one thing, that has not changed at all.
No.
At all.
Afforded a little bit more, but
Yeah.
yeah, because those were tight times.
Yeah. I was making about 17 cents. And there was a lot going on, and we're in such an incredibly different place now across the board.
Yeah. I was worried we weren't going to be able to make our rent payments.
Yeah.
That was kind of one of our first, I wouldn't call it an argument, but disagreement was my concern around being able to afford this place.
Yeah. Yeah, you just in general are much more conservative.
Yeah.
I've adopted some of those things.
Some.
But it's more of like, I need the money to be hidden from me. So then whatever I can see, I can be crazy about.
Yeah. Which is why I've said for quite a while now, you need to be into a conservatorship, and then I can just approve.
Boring. No. But yeah, so we moved in together, and then I was trying to think,
Your graduation was in May.
Yeah, so I met your parents spring breaky time.
My parents knew that I was gay, and they knew, they knew about you. They had finally met you, but...
And it was just like, and this is going to sound wrong, but it was like, oh, we're going to be back in Florida, which is where they were living at the time, in a couple weeks for my med school graduation. If you guys would want to come...
Yeah.
great, right? But hey, I've been dating your son for like 6
3
months,
minutes.
and we live together, which is, of course, they were both like, we're totally in.
Yeah.
And my sister was graduating law school literally the same weekend. So my parents divided and conquered. And we warned your parents a little bit about things, nothing to do with my mom.
No.
But yeah, it was like, hey, everyone just found out that we're dating, and hey, we're here for his med school graduation. Awesome.
Yeah.
But that was the first time that my mom met your parents,
Yep.
and
They got along great right away.
oh yeah, got a little taste of
It was fine.
the nuts underneath. Again, auxiliary human beings, not my mom. But yeah, it just kind of like, we weren't forcing anything. It just kind of like started clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. And it was like, as the wheels were moving, it was like, yep, this makes sense. This is still working. There's no big red flag. There's no big red flag. There's no anything. And then we got through the rest of the family stuff.
Yeah. Eventually.
And I inherited a nephew and 2 nieces. And so all of a sudden, Brett's friend Dan shows up, and I am now the human jungle gym. And
They took to you right away.
everyone's telling me to chill out, but like, listen, we got to entertain the kids here, you know? But yeah, so we were coming up on the 9-month mark. I wasn't feeling these like head to the hills vibes.
No, you were kind of obsessed.
So I booked a tattoo appointment, which you were unaware of, and added his initials to the inside of my arm. Mm-hmm. I am a totally like, gut decision person. Almost never think about contingency plans, but his initials happen to be BSC. And so I was like, oh, if this doesn't work out, it could just stand for batshit crazy, and all would still be true. And so I swung big, and it wasn't until I was like waiting for you to get home from work that I was like, he might think this is weird.
Because we were, like, it was on our 9-month, and we were still like celebrating monthly anniversaries at that point.
And I was like, hey.
Yeah. So I think we like did something, and then you
Must
were like,
have, yeah. So tell the audience what you thought at that point in time.
I don't really remember. Like I didn't think it was as crazy as you might have thought that I was going to think it was. I mean, you have so many tattoos already, so it was just like one more. I thought it was sweet. Like, I thought it was really great. It didn't catch me off guard as much as you thought it might. Yeah, I don't even have your initials tattooed. So
He hates me.
do I even love you?
And most of the time he takes his wedding ring off, so.
That is not true at all. I take it off when I run, when I play volleyball, and when I go to bed.
Lots of opportunities.
You're with me on 90% of those.
Clearly I'm inked. We had been talking about what it would look like to be married early. But now we're having the, hey, knock, 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 who's there? My finger's empty. Let's go. Which based on...
were internal conversations only with you.
No,
Yeah.
Not as much. But, I mean, listen.
The timeline.
Throwing sweatshirts, getting tattooed. Like, I think we all could have assumed where this was going.
You were unlike any person I've ever met. So I don't know that it was reasonable to assume that.
I think so.
At that point. Now, yes.
So the idea of proposal comes up, seeing as we're both dudes. I remember asking, like, would you want to propose to me? Would you want me to propose to you? Would you both want to blah, blah, blah? And you're like, no, I would want to propose to you. And I was like, okay. Mm-hmm.
Which the sentiment I agree with, as we will probably touch on later. The execution, not my world of expertise. Yeah. So that part could have been left to you.
This is also, yeah. For Valentine's Day, the first year we were
Yeah,
here,
you're fucking
went to the storage unit and built a
Giant.
5-foot, it's
Yes.
probably 5-foot
yes.
heart out of like chicken wire and paper mache and something else. And that's just like, if there isn't a theme already developing here, I do everything either at 0% or 150%. I don't understand the in between. That doesn't work for me. So we have that. Even in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I was going to propose, here's I'm doing me. And so I'm doing my best to be patient.
Well, and meanwhile, I'm struggling to like even find a gift for you,
Yeah.
get flowers and cut them. These are things that are much more challenging to me
Yes.
than you. So just to kind of set that.
And I think you had to get over like, it has to be perfect.
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist by nature. And so I actually, like, looking back,
I was ready to rock and roll.
yeah.
And you were taking a different speed, a different route.
Yeah, this we actually got in an argument about.
I think a few.
Yeah, but actual arguments.
And it was like, okay, if you need to do it a certain way, what does that mean? What is the timeline for that?
And the timeline that I had was not
17
the timeline.
years.
That is not true.
I would have been dead already,
Which I think we agreed upon 2 years.
which is insane.
That is not.
Not 2 years of being together, 2 years from where we were at.
We'd only been together a year.
Exactly.
So 3 years in total is not insane.
Wild.
This is the person that you're choosing to be with for the rest of your life.
Correct.
We had some shit to figure out. We'd only think of how much we know each other now, or even in that first that period shortly after we got married, versus when we had only been together for a year.
Yeah, but like a year is fine.
I needed to make sure
Correct.
that this was what it was, that it was going to be for the long term.
So I think with enough fighting over timelines and threatening,
Threatens, aggressive, but
the the last day of the timeline that we agreed to, and I think I had already given you an extension. We are down in Florida again, visiting your parents.
we started to go into every year we would go down. This was a thing with my family for a long time. We would always go down to Florida for Christmas. And so you started to join that tradition. And on the beach around Christmas, there used to be these big sandcastle competitions, and they're beautiful. They made these huge, super impressive sandcastles. So I had someone that was going to build a sandcastle, and I was going to say, "Will you marry me?" Something like that. And it was not pandas, koalas, which was kind of our thing at the time. But it was going to be this big sandcastle. Well, storm came through a few days before, and they said, "We can't do this. It's literally like a bad storm, winds. Like there's no way this is going to work." And that was proud of myself for that idea. Then I find out that's not going to work. I don't have a plan B. I don't have a plan C. I have nothing, because I needed to outsource. I knew that. Never expected for this to like. So anyway, I am panicking, and I am trying to figure out what to do. I'm looking up. I think there was an arboretum, or not an arboretum, but
Isn't it like
the naval.
botanical gardens?
Yeah, tickets were sold out. And keep in mind, I am trying to figure this out that morning, and the proposal is supposed to be later that night. And I was like, okay. So now I'm truly on my own, and we had to go to my cousin's birthday party, which was, I don't know, somewhere, some bar, and while we were doing that, I took off to CVS. I have nothing. So I found a bunch of like little tea candles. I had told my parents before we left the party that I was going to propose to you, which was the first time that they were aware of that. So I pull my mom aside. I am bawling. And she thinks something's wrong.
Right. Which is the normal response.
And I'm like, no, nothing's wrong.
This is good.
I'm just want to tell you that this is what I'm doing. So and then I did the same thing with my dad. I was bawling with him too. And so I think I scared both of them a little bit, but then they were both super happy about it. And I have found a location, which was the Ritz Carlton in Naples. It is 9:00 at night. And so I bring you to the bar, we get you a drink, and then I was like, let's go sit outside because there's a nice bar out there and everything. Well, that is completely shut down.
They were taking last call.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit. What? So I need to sneak away and do something. And you are going to be sitting at this bar by yourself. And I'm like, all right, I got to go to the bathroom. And I sneak away.
It's like, obviously I know something's happening. And so I'm like, cool, I'll entertain myself for 20 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
it was probably 45. Yeah, it wasn't longer than that. It was probably 45. I am down on the beach. I have the ring in my sock because there's a boardwalky type thing. And I'm convinced that it's going to fall in between those. I have tea candles. I am out there trying to put them in the shape of a heart.
Which is a challenge. You can't draw a stick figure.
No.
This is already above.
Anyway, so I'm down there trying to fix whatever this semi-heart sad shit looking thing is. Trying to light them. They're starting to blow out because there's a little bit of wind. And he's texting me. He's like, what are you doing?
Are you dead?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here. They've turned off the lights.
Yeah. And I had no idea that I had been down there for as long as I had been down there. So then I came back. I got you. I had a rough idea of what I was going to say, but nothing formally prepared. And I'm saying things, telling you how much I love you. And you look at me and you say, I think you said, you got to wrap this up.
I think it was a little gentler than that. I had already waited 45 minutes at the bar by myself, and now we're 15 minutes into a monologue, and I'm like,
So then I fished out that ring, asked you to marry me. You said yes. I'm crying, I think. You're not, because you don't. And then I asked you how my heart looked. I don't recall the exact verbiage, but it was something along the lines of you sure tried. And that was it.
You sure tried. And I still said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, looking back, one of the most authentic you things. Yeah. Of course, in the one time where you needed backup.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Yeah. But we did it.
Yep.
One of my favorite memories of that night was coming home to my parents and telling my sister, who was staying there too.
Yeah.
And she didn't know, but she had the most genuinely happy, authentic reaction.
Yeah.
That I could have asked for. Yeah. The reason why I'm getting emotional about it is she passed away a little less than a year before that, or after that.
Yeah.
And so she never got to see us.
Yeah.
Get married.
And we were talking about looking, because we're from Minnesota, somewhere around here.
We found a couple of places that we were interested in. And I think we had at least started looking at trying to get quotes and that sort of thing. We hadn't
just understand what all was
going
to come our way.
So then my sister passed, which was a whole thing, obviously. And then COVID happened 3 months later. And then we were trying to still like, set a date. And the couple of places that we had talked to, you had tried to reach out to that summer of 2020. And they
So
were,
like all the weddings that we scheduled
that
for
we've
the
had to
first part of this
cancel.
year are just rescheduled. Like, it's going to be,
It's going to be a few years.
yeah.
So we were at my brother's cabin in Wisconsin. Your parents were there. My parents were there. We were talking about it. And your mom said, you guys should just get married in Florida. Because
I think she said get married in Wisconsin at
Oh, did
Mike's
she?
place first. And we were like,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
Beautiful place. Just
Beautiful.
not, yeah,
Stunning. But
just not the wedding.
completely inaccessible to people. It would have been the worst wedding venue of all time. And so then I think at that point I had thought, well, as you mentioned, the tradition was to go down to Florida for Christmas. And everything was still kind of like locked down-ish, except for in Florida.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what if we shoot for something around Christmas, open air?
This is September, by the way, for everyone.
Yeah. And everyone's excited. And so I go on a Google search of like, hello, where can I have my fucking wedding?
Yeah.
In Florida. And we landed on, what was the beach?
Lovers Key State Park.
Lovers Key State Park. They had, a ton of openings.
Yeah.
And did we go and see it? You went and saw it before.
I did.
I didn't, because you had gone down.
Because then I went and picked out the cake, and
Yeah.
we never tried the food, but I went and picked out the cake and like the cupcakes and stuff that we did for that.
Yeah, this is like,
That was in November. I did that.
this is the Thunderdome for me. You have 3 months to plan a wedding, COVID times. This is what I'm built for. And we were in a 1-bedroom at that point.
Working from home
You were. I was
with
still
a
going in.
desk in the living room right next to the couch. I mean, there wasn't much room in there.
Right. And you would go to sleep, or you would go lay down for a little bit or something, and you come out and it's 3 a.m. and you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I just ordered flowers. And you're like, oh, okay. What does that mean? I'm like, don't worry about it.
Literally the response I would get.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And I was like, no,
No, I'm going to worry about it.
no, like, I'm not going to tell you what to get, what not to get. Like, what are you talking? Like, what?
7,000 stems. Don't worry about it.
Wasn't it more than that?
That was the first order. I'm the creative, for sure, out of the two of us.
Given my previous story, 100%.
Can't light tea candles. I remember being like, here's the list of decisions that we need to make. Mm-hmm. Here are the ones that like, I care about. Yeah. What ones do you care about?
You didn't care about the food. You didn't care about the cake.
The music.
You didn't music.
I will do the ambiance. You can make all the decisions on the rest. I don't care. But to me, I didn't feel stressed. I think everyone else looked at us like, why aren't you stressed? And I'm like,
yeah.
This is how I operate.
The stress I was every day our apartment got smaller.
Yeah. So that was the problem, is when you already live in a tight space, people are working at home. Now you're getting the card box delivered, the floral foam delivered. All of a sudden, we have at the top of our cabinets stuffed with things, and there's still not enough room.
Additionally, I don't do well when there's a bunch of shit everywhere, when things are just kind of all over. I never complained once.
No. And every time I brought a new box in, I was like, I don't know where I'm going to put this, but we need it, so we have to. So we're rapid firing this wedding. Florida is just opening up.
Yeah.
Just. And we're not necessarily upset about the fact that we're going to need to keep the number small. We landed on like 25?
Something like that.
25 people. I think for me, the biggest downside was that our two best friends weren't able to be there.
Yep.
But they recorded their speeches.
Yeah.
Which we got to play. But COVID, we have a dog who also got a tux. That meant that we were driving. Well, I was driving down.
I'm not a road trip person.
No. So I got in the car with Scrap, and
there also wasn't any room for me, to be fair. But
and
it wasn't happening either way.
So much stuff. My dad came up. We packed his car nearly full as well. Drove down. We got rings 6 days before.
Something like that.
We were, the definition of cutting it close.
I was ordering it on the beach, your ring.
Yeah. And so we got down to Florida. We did Christmas, as we always do. We ended up getting an Airbnb.
So we had done Christmas, or it was Christmas Eve. And you couldn't join us because you had flowers getting... And when I say flowers getting dry, it was multiple carloads of delivery.
Yeah. I think we probably had 11,000 stems. And there were at least like a couple hundred extra.
They were a lot of them were in our bedroom. Or your bedroom.
I'll insert the video here.
Yeah. But. It smelled amazing. It was very, there were flowers everywhere. But so we were doing our Christmas Eve thing. You were like, I need to stay here for the delivery. We were at the beach.
Yeah.
You were like, I need to stay back for the delivery. And you didn't even want any of the rest of us there. You were just like, no, I'm going to do this. And so we were all living our best life on the beach, doing our thing. You were getting literal car and truckloads dropped off of these flowers.
Yeah.
The 26th, the day before the wedding.
My med school friends all came down.
Yep.
And wanted to hang out. At this point, neither of us have our vows.
I haven't even sniffed a first draft.
Right. It's, definition of powder keg. We're running up to the last second.
And I started writing my vows.
Yeah.
And I think I wrapped it up about 2.
And yeah,
thank God, because when you have a deadline, there is nothing that focuses you
locked
more.
In.
And yeah, we can talk about vows more later, because
yes.
But anyway.
And so I'm shooing my friends out so I can go to bed, fall asleep. 3:30 comes around, alarms going off, because this is when the Floral sweatshop opens. And so we're at an Airbnb.
My parents drive over from their house at like 5. Mm-hmm. Your parents are up because you guys are staying at the same place. And you guys are all starting.
We're rocking and rolling.
I was a little late.
So he asks, what can I do? And I'm like, well, the Floral Arch has 2 big stands that we've built.
Yep.
They're out by the pool. Why don't you go grab them and bring them up here? Well, he goes to grab one.
I grabbed the first one. It was fine.
Second one.
Whoever designed this pool didn't do a good job. It wasn't straight. And I didn't know that.
And neither were we. So
and so it's pitch dark. It's 5:30 in the morning. And I'm going to the far side of the pool to get the other stand. And all of a sudden, I take a step and I drop straight into the deep end of the pool. I am soaking wet, obviously. Mom is like...
making sure you're not drowning. And
right.
Yeah.
So that's how I kicked off our wedding morning. It woke me up.
Yeah. Well, that'll happen.
Yeah.
And so I've got tutorials going on in the garage to be like, this is what I want it to look like. Here's the flowers you have. Some were excelling, some weren't. But we get through to now, it's like kind of go time.
Yeah.
And
We have a giant U-Haul.
because I planned ahead.
Yeah. To bring all these flowers over to the beach. And it's a good 20-minute drive, right?
Yeah. And so we're crafting things.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm like, if it shows up in 70% of the quality that I sent it at, I'm just going to be happy. And I get the call that, hey, it doesn't want to stand up.
This was another one where people were like, you want me to call him? And I was like, no.
No.
I will deliver this news because I knew it wasn't going to go over well.
And
Yeah.
what I had not put together is you have floral foam, which weighs nothing.
Yeah.
Dry. Well, when you soak it so that all the flowers continue to live,
Tends to add a little weight.
it gets a little heavier. And I'm like, God, I literally at one point I was like,
We've got it up, but it's sagging. It's like, and
It's not
it was
looking good.
anchored into the sand, but it wasn't enough given the weight.
yeah. And wonky and rightfully so. I think it was like meant for like 200 pounds and there was probably 500 pounds on it. And so now I'm just like, well, fuck this, right? Take the top bar off. Fuck me. There's X amount of dollars worth of flowers. Just throw them into the fucking ocean
Which is
and be
not,
done.
it's not even about the money. It's the fact that it didn't look the way that you wanted it to look.
Right. And I didn't know.
If you would have taken that top part off.
Right. I didn't know how much I could adjust in real time to even make it look creatively. I could have found a way to make it happen.
We're getting married in like an hour and a half.
Correct. And so I remember just being like,
I don't know, figure it out.
I have to like let go.
Yeah.
And your brother called.
A random hardware store on the island.
Do you have the tie down things for sun umbrellas and whatever in the sand? And they're like, yeah, we do. And he's like, okay, I need those to like try and prop this thing up.
They were like, we're closing in 10 minutes. And my brother was like, I need those. I need you to stay open. It was a 20-minute drive at least.
Yeah.
I don't know what else he said, but I don't know.
He can
I
be
don't
fairly
know what I'll want.
persuasive.
Yeah, he very much can be. So he 100% saved the day on that.
No question.
By the time we came back to at least see it, they had it all solved and taken care of. It was amazing.
I'm 30 minutes late for photos because you had
I
already
had gone
gotten
back to
shower at the hotel. And I'm like, all right, I got to go back. Yep. I got back.
Barely showered.
30-second shower at best. So
We're running on fumes.
yeah, I had chugged a sugar-free Red Bull just to like try and ramp, and it didn't touch it. Yeah. So taking pictures. Okay, moving to the venue. We get to the venue. Because it's a COVID wedding, my dad has a Zoom thing set up, and we're running behind because, all of this happened today.
Yeah.
And we get there, and Brett decides this is now a time to have a heart-to-heart moment with the wedding venue coordinator.
So, remember when I said earlier about how I overanalyze things and like I want things to be perfect? I felt like vows were good, but I literally wrote them once, didn't look at them again. I wanted this to be good.
Sorry.
And I have got her corner. And I'm like, I'm pretty nervous about my vows. Like, do you mind if I read them to you quick? I start reading them. I'm crying. I look over at her. She's crying. We're sobbing through these vows.
People are waiting.
My mom
on the beach,
who was the nicest person
And one of the most patient people I've ever met in my
Correct. She finally finds me. She didn't even have to say a word. I knew what those eyes meant. She wasn't happy because we're 15 minutes behind because I'm sitting there reading these vows to this woman that I am not marrying.
So let's go.
And she is like, because she was so thoughtful of everyone.
We all were like, what is even happening right now?
Yeah.
And you just come out like, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. That was a thing that I could still bring up to her and she would still be upset about it, about how I made people wait. Yeah. Yes.
So we got in the golf carts, went down,
Yep.
did the thing. It was great. As everyone says, your wedding,
Goes by like,
it's like you plan it for months and then it's like done.
I mean, I have said to many people is like at a wedding of 25, I think we had a little under 30. I don't remember the exact number. We still didn't get to talk to everyone that was there.
No.
Because it's pictures after, and then it was food, and then it was your dances, and then the cake, and then, and it's just is like nonstop. And so for 30 people, we still didn't get to.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing because it's like you would assume that is incredibly small.
Yeah.
For a wedding. And even then, we didn't get the time. And it's like you're spending the time correctly, right? Like just the whirlwind of the day. But it was, other than being a little chilly, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Once we got onto the sand.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, then and that was December 27th of 2020. I put it under his initials so that I could remember. Yeah, so post-wedding, we just kind of, we got to stay in Florida for a couple extra weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was nice. And then came back and reacclimated to real life.
COVID lockdowns and not being able to go on a honeymoon.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Chelsea Handler. And I was listening to her podcast, and she, usually it's just funny and, whatever bullshit. And she was talking to a therapist, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think therapist.
Yeah. And trying to explain why she was the way she was in relationships. And the Enneagram came up. And I was like, I don't know what that is.
Which most people don't.
Correct. And I think at this point in time, I was driving far distances for things. I drove out to Denver to go see my sister. There was a lot of time in the car. So I think I was just killing that with podcasts.
You stumbled upon it coming back from Chicago, driving back from Chicago to Minneapolis.
Bada bing. And I'm so not on that woo-woo train. I'm an Aries, and that means not for me.
You do fit the Aries.
I do. But I was listening to the podcast, and they started with 1 and started walking through, and I was like, well, that's not me. That's not me. I could maybe see myself-ish in this number. Maybe I could see myself in this. And they got to 8, and I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. Hey, that's me. And then as I finished that one, they started talking about relationship types between numbers. And I'm like, oh, and it wasn't our number combination, but I remember thinking, that's really interesting because I would have never considered that thought process. So when I got home, I'm like,
yeah, to be in full transparency, we were struggling to understand each other and communicate in disagreements.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't, there were things that continued to be escalated to a point
that never should have been.
Make sense.
Yeah.
And it was just, we were doing one of these.
Yeah. Because as we found out, we communicate differently. And
so I had said, I think you should listen to this and see which one resonates with you. And you landed on
the first one.
1.
which is, as you said, reading through them, when you hit 8, you were like, holy shit. I didn't have to make it very far. It was the first one, and I was like,
ding, ding,
yeah,
ding.
I've never felt more seen. For better, for worse.
Yeah. And one of the, and this is stupid to say, but almost like party tricks about us is that we're both so type A,
Yeah.
but our type A's don't overlap.
We're type A about different
And so
things,
it doesn't affect us. We're not battling over things that
No.
I care about, you care about, X, Y, and Z. But when it came to arguments, that's where the impasse stood.
Yeah, it's whenever we hit like a thing that we were passionate about, we couldn't de-escalate it because we didn't understand the approach the other person was taking. It takes you through each relationship based on your numbers. And I'm a 1, you're an 8. And to that point about type A's, it actually says that we should not be together.
Correct.
That our numbers rarely ever work out, which was it was alarming to read the first time, especially at that point when we were not. We weren't doing our best.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm coming to this argument to wrap it the fuck up. And the closest path to resolution, without giving in, because let's be real, I want to find that path. And you are Magellan on a discovery mission, and you are standing there with a blank scroll and a quill, and you want to map it out.
Right.
And
I'm trying
so
to understand why we are at the point that we're at. And so I want to articulate, I want to regurgitate, I guess, and have that discussion about why we're feeling the way that we're feeling about something.
Yeah.
And what I learned in reading your number is like that is the worst approach that I can take with you, because you only want resolution. And I am also trying to find resolution, but I am trying to find it in the conversation itself. And you felt like I was just
rehashing.
Yeah, and I just wanted to rip open the Band-Aid every time and start at the beginning. And so that would piss you off. So then, and then when you would get mad about that, then I'm mad that you're not listening to me and you're not hearing me. Mm-hmm. And all of this stuff, right? Like all of this stuff that just like it built into something so much more than it should have been.
There's no way that that conflict didn't exist in any of my other relationships.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I never invested enough time to like figure it out. And I mean, even inside like my nuclear family, I don't argue the same way my sister does, my mom does, my dad does. Mm-hmm. It never struck me that someone could be coming at this from a different perspective.
With the same intentions, right?
Right.
I think the confusing part was we were so compatible in so many ways. Mm-hmm. And then when it did come to these moments, we couldn't find our way out of it.
It was completely polarizing.
It fundamentally changed our relationship.
Especially with the Enneagram thing. It was like, I don't have to find the words to describe what I'm feeling or thinking, and you don't either.
Yeah.
Like, we resonated with these things, so now we can both keep those in the back of our minds of like, this is the way I'm approaching this thing. And we both can improve our approaches, but
without changing who we are, too. I
Right.
think that's the other thing, too, is like, because we can't change that to a certain extent. No. Yeah, I think without getting all Freudian on it, my Psych 101 would say we were both afraid of getting hurt. And while we loved each other and and wanted to be together, our development, the depth of our trust in each other wasn't where it is today.
Yeah.
And so those same things that we had arguments about 6-7 years ago would be nothing now, right? Because not only do we understand each other better, but we trust each other implicitly in a way that only comes from time,
Yeah.
right? And
Or delusion. But yeah.
well, yeah, but I mean, if you're living in reality, right? Like it comes with time, because we have been through enough scenarios in our lives at some of the darkest points in our lives that we have survived together.
Yeah.
We have only survived together because of each other.
So married, figured out the Enneagram, got our shit together, moved to a bigger apartment, figured out how to co-parent our dog.
Who has me wrapped around his finger? But
Yes, even more so than me. But we've kind of clicked into this second version of our relationship, which is partially fueled by me being bored and having access to a credit card and the internet. But
again, I will reiterate, this is why, just like Brittany, conservatorship.
boo. But we've kind of stepped into our travel era.
We sure did.
And Delta loved to see it coming.
Well, let me just preface by saying we are fortunate enough to be able to have gone on once-in-a-lifetime trips that people wait a long time to go on.
100%.
And they were amazing. But yes, we definitely found an era of a lot of travel, to the point that people at work still are like, so where are you going in a couple? You must be going somewhere. Like, what cool place are you going to? And I'm like, there's kind of a lot of shit going on right now. Like, we're not. But people consistently ask me that, because every time I would be like, all right, I'm going to be out for X amount of days. Inevitably, people ask, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Whatever, right? So, yes.
And so, to our earlier point about joking about Cabo, that was our first big post-wedding trip.
Yeah.
We went to the JW Marriott in Cabo, which is incredible. Would highly recommend.
Yeah.
Went a couple times, brought our parents one time.
Yep.
And then, again, referencing back to me making 17 cents, then I made, a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And so we went to Bora Bora. Was our first big international trip.
For 10 days.
Which was incredible.
Probably, look, there's many places in the world that we haven't been. Some of the places we have been amazing. I think Bora Bora is still my favorite.
Yeah.
It is the most beautiful place in the world. And the people are incredible. So nice, so happy. Not in a way of you're a guest and they're supposed to be happy around you. They're genuinely happy people. It was, anyway.
Every time you jumped in the water, there was some new sea life to experience.
Yeah.
Then we did Australia, lots of trips to New York, Paris.
Where else have we been?
Lots of places in the U.S., but...
Yeah, we've done a bunch of domestic trips too, of
Palm Springs and LA.
Not necessarily Palm Springs.
Joshua Tree.
Yeah. Passing through Palm Springs, but also a great place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, LA, New York, a ton of times.
Well, and I guess we had our 5-year mark in Mexico.
Yeah.
For your birthday and for our
we went to
wedding anniversary.
North of
PV.
Yeah, Puerto Vallarta.
Again, we met under such different circumstances. Our lives, you would hope, over the last 10 years have changed so significantly. And at least right now, we're in this just work hard-ish and like go have fun
Yeah.
phase, which is awesome.
We're trying to figure out where we're going this fall because our summer trip
Didn't fit the schedule,
Yeah.
but hopefully a U.S. Open trip followed by Paris, south of France, maybe Mallorca. We'll see.
This is why he needs a conservatorship.
And then he happily grabs his passport and gets on the plane. So, which one's which?
We could just do Paris.
Boo, boring.
But we could just do that.
No.
We were in Iceland.
Oh, yeah, Iceland, too.
Because that's when you wanted to go. We were already halfway to Mallorca, according to you.
So just like get on a plane.
Do a week and a half in Iceland, and then all of a sudden just shimmy on down to Mallorca, which we found out was planes, trains, and automobiles.
Worse. Donkeys.
So that didn't end up happening, but...
No. In terms of previews for what is to come,
Yeah.
what are your goals for us as a couple moving forward?
So I think we are aligned on this goal of wanting to start having kids. I'm not quite on the detailed level that you are. You already have the kids' names picked out.
Gotta be prepared. And I want a mini cow and 4 horses.
So one thing at a time.
We'll see.
So I think that's a big one. Finding a house.
Or renting the apartment next door and knocking down that wall.
No. That's against the rules. All of that is expensive. I would love to continue traveling, but all of that is expensive. So, and just, I guess, continuing to find individual happiness, but also happiness together as a couple. I think we do a good job of doing both. Mm-hmm. We are both very, very much our own individuals that are totally fine being independent. We are independent in many ways, which is also confusing to people.
Yes.
But continuing to find happiness in each other, I guess.
Trips, music, fun, mini cows.
Minus the mini cow.
Hey.
What about you?
Agreed. I think that's we've ramped to where we are now and have had a lot of fun the last couple of years. I even kind of scaled back my super trip insanity so far this year. Just because my goal is I want to go and do everything. I want to see a bunch of shit. But it is, we want to have kids, so we have to figure that out. We want to, do...
We're getting old.
Well, speak for yourself. Elder.
We both age at the same rate.
Correct. You're just like so much older.
3 years. 3. Detail, as noted before, details are not his strong suit, so...
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like either we're going to do it or we're just going to be those people who go on fancy vacations all the time and don't do it. But I think we both want that. And so we got to figure that out. If any of you are like, this is bad to say.
I don't know what you... I had an idea of what you were going to say, and I hope... Anyway, keep going.
Attractive and smart and want to donate your eggs to
Jesus, that's what I thought
Ignore. No, I think we've gotten to like a really great foundational place, and now it's just how do we add to that, to what we want our lives to be. And we're already doing this, but focusing more energy to ourselves, to things, than work.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, you and I are both early stage recovering workaholics.
Coming to realize that there's more important things in life than work, which has been shoved in my face.
Yeah.
So
hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys for listening to us yammer on. It's been about 106 hours.
For real.
But this was the husband tag. That's my current husband until Florida overturns something, and then freedom, let me loose. I hope this was fun. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, hype, share with your friends, text your grandma.
Yeah. I mean...
Put it on Twitch. I don't know what that is, but...
A streaming platform.
Stream it on Twitch.
I don't think that's how that works, but yeah. And I'm always ready to come back.
See, so thirsty for the spotlight.
Yeah, that's me.
All right. Bye.
Bye.